So today I'm gonna paint this picture. I've already drawn it. I put a lot of stuff in. I'm not sure that all of it will stay, but I like the compositions as it is. I like the put a cat on the table with a fish bowl and some pictures in the background. I've drawn it in, and now the first thing I'm going to do is outline everything on this one with a yellowish gold. I mixed yellow ochre, orange, and yellow. And I've got kind of a stiff brush, and I'm just gonna outline everything. And then I'm gonna start painting it, and a lot of this outline will not show up in the final piece, but bits and pieces of it will show up here and there, and I think that really helps to make everything kind of cohesive. And I'll be adding all different kind of colors, but this is just one style that I love to do, and I love to try to use really bright colors. I mean, I'll need some, I'll mix a lot of neutral colors too, because the bright colors tend to show up better if you've got neutrals in it also. So the thing of it is, it's like, if my lines aren't perfect here, when I dry this and I start putting the background colors in, I can then carve around and reshape some of this stuff. But I think I did one the other day with this gold color showing through, and I thought it was so pretty, where I used like pinks and greens, and this gold would show through. So like I said, I sketched this picture first. I'll show you my sketch. I figured out everything I wanted in it, and I sketched it. Now I have this for reference if I want to do this picture over and over again, but I sketched it in my notebook, and then I redrew it here, and I sketched it in my notebook exactly the same size. So I took this 5x7 piece of watercolor paper, and I outlined it in my notebook. That way, once I drew all of those items and got it exactly like I wanted it, then I could transfer it to here. And you can either redraw it, which after you've already drawn it and figured everything out, I think the easiest thing to do is just take my piece of notebook paper, and I take a piece of carbon paper, and I set it on here and set the notebook paper on top of it, and just lightly hit my lines so that everything, because I've already taken the time to draw it out and get everything placed. So if I use carbon paper and to put it on here, it just helps, because like I said, I've already taken the time to figure out all the placement, and then that way it's a lot quicker to put it on here, because it, as you probably know, it takes time to figure out where you want here. I knew I wanted this I love this shape of this table in the center. I love the cat, and I like putting the cat, my little cat, and stuff, and I've done him with other, I did one the other day with a bowl of eggs on the table, but I thought, wouldn't a bowl of fish be cute? Him up there just staring at it. So again, it took me a little while to get my drawing like I wanted it and get everything, think about all the stuff I wanted in here. And then I just transferred it onto here. And then I did light lines, and then what I did was I took my pencil and I just very quickly, because I don't want it to be an exact photorealistic looking thing, I just lightly went over my lines, sketched them real loose, and got everything in here. So now my next step was to use this gold yellow. And so now I've got this gold yellow kind of dispersed all over the place, and as it peeks out in different places, I think it'll look cool. So now what I'm going to do is, I know that I want my wall to be green. So I'm going to go ahead and put these greens in. I've got a really cool kind of a lime green, and I'm going to pop that in. And this is just my first coat, so I will probably end up, unless I just love the very first coat, and as I put everything else in, it just looks exactly like I want to, I will probably end up going over it again. So what I'm thinking about now is, where is the wall? I think I'm going to do a curtain here, and I want to do kind of a pattern on it, but I'm going to do the wall first. So I know I've got, and again, this is where I could reshape things, but I kind of like all these little shapes here. So I'm going to put that in very loosely. I'm not, everything doesn't have to be perfect, because again, like when I put this lamp in at black, I can reshape then, you know, but then again, I might end up liking the lamp in gold. So I just, for this particular technique, I outline everything and then I just start adding in my color. So I know there's wall here. It looks like there's wall here. And if I make a mistake and cover up something that should be, like if I did the curtain, which I actually could do the curtain and then put my pattern on top of it, would probably look good. But I think I'm just going to leave that for now. So, you know, if you make a mistake and cover up something that wasn't wall, with acrylic so forgiving, you can just let it dry and then go right over it. So the key is, before you start putting in a lot of colors, to let it dry. You can hit it with a hairdryer, or you can just give it a little bit, very short amount of time, and it will dry. And then you can go right in over with white if you want to obliterate it. Let's see, that leg's there. I think there's a little bit of green here and there. Maybe right there. There's my chair seat. This is where I think I'll redraw the table just a little bit there. And this is a quirky, fun painting, so this is not supposed to be photorealistic. If I do something like that where I can just knock it with the back of my brush, but it doesn't matter, because I kind of like, sometimes the color ends up here and there where it's not supposed to be, and it actually in the end, sometimes it really adds to it. So let's see, that's going to be a curtain. I think I'll put some of the wall right here for this right now. Might not end up staying there, but again, I love moving. Again, I've got, you know, the gold moved all around. Now I'm going to have this green, and at some point I'll be thinking about where the light source is coming from in shadows, and I'll probably like make, if the light was coming from here, I'll end up making this green a little darker on this side, this floor a little darker shadows under the cat and the bowl. But for right now, I'm just popping in really beautiful, bright color so that I can get this in and then go from there. So I'm gonna do that. And then I think I'm also gonna put this green in this picture. I've got some palm trees going here. And a lot of times you'll see me put paint in and then just use the back of my brush and scrape. Just makes marks in there. And I think I'm going to put a little in this picture. I might end up changing it, but I'll just put it in there for now. Alright, so I've got that in. Now, the next decision. Do I want the table? Let's see. I know that I want that lantern. Well, I think at this point I'm going to put the lantern in as black. And what I'm going to do is just lightly redraw it and see where it leaves some of that gold. That's fine. I like that. But I'm just going to lightly go over my lines, not being too careful. Just like that for now. And I can, like I said, I'll do that and then I'll end up reshaping it. I think because I want to move this black around just like everything else, I think I'm going to do a black frame here, and I'm just going to quickly put this in. I'm holding my brush loose at the back. I'm not like this trying to draw it. I'm holding my brush in the back and I'm just loosely hitting this. I have some palm trees here. I might do some of the, this will end up getting covered up, but it puts a little dark in here. Kind of the shape of this palm tree that I want. And these little legs, these little flamingo legs, and I'll end up, I might just very lightly touch my flamingos here and there just to get the shape in. I want that a little darker. Like I said, a lot of times I'll put in lines and then kind of muck them up with the end of my brush. And that, let's see, this doesn't look shaped exactly right, but that's okay. I can reshape it later, but it's like that. Goes like that. And then down. Okay, that's a mess right now, but we'll work on that later. So I think I'm going to, I think I want a black chair. It'll show up cool. And again, I'm just gonna, not trying to be too precise. And I'll probably end up, I'm gonna outline the table. Leave some gold. Well, the gold, I'm not trying to leave gold, but the gold will just peek here and there. All right, here's my seat. Back leg. Front leg. Again, just getting in the shapes. Go ahead and put fishbowl in, show some shadows, put a little cat in. He's got ears there. Very loose. I like the shape of the cat, but I don't want it. And again, as I put in other colors, I'll reshape that. So, okay, I like that. And again, as I put in other colors, things will start to get reshaped. Let me think about this right here. It goes like that. Just using my pencil, just kind of drawing on top of it. Okay. I want a cool pattern on this curtain right there. And I think I want it to be light pink. But what I want to do is I want to take a darker pink, and I've got a bunch of stencils. And I've got this really cool one. Let me find it real quick. This might be a cool pattern. It's just like a little stencil like this, and I think I'll put that in. Just very loosely. Again, everything I'm doing on this initial layer may stay, or it might not. Oh, I like that. I like that pattern. It's cool. Okay, I might just leave it just like that. I just took a stencil and just loosely brushed in, so it's not even, doesn't even really look like the stencil, but I like that, and I like the pink. Now I need to touch his pink around here and there. I'm going to put it in his little face, little ears. Again, I'll be putting other colors on this. I'm going to go ahead and touch my penguins in with this pink just to get a little bit of it here and there. I love that. I love the window or the picture, whatever it is. I might put just a line of pink right there just to move it around. I don't know what that is. It doesn't really matter. Hit the bowl. Let's see. I can just touch here and there. Maybe we had a pink seat cushion. You can put it in here for like a highlight. Trying to reshape this lamp. It doesn't look quite right, but that's okay. That pink kind of makes it look like a highlight, and then I can always add. So here's a case where I'm going to get some white. My white has a little yellow in it, which is fine. But I can maybe clean up these shapes a little bit, where they got painted in. Okay, I like that better. And again, you can just keep retouching stuff, and sometimes the more you I'm really just thinking shape here, so all right, I like that better. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't even want it perfect. I want it kind of a little bit wonky, but yet to read as a light. Let's see, I'm going to take some of that white and put it in this bowl around these fish. It's so much fun to do this. It's so much fun to just keep adding and reshaping, and different things will pop out that you love, like that curtain. That was just a total accident, but I love it. I'm going to put in one more thing. Well, I'm going to actually do white on my baseboard here, and I'm going to do it very loose, but I'm going to try to leave some of that yellow, the initial outline. I'm just, see where I kind of, it kind of went a little askew, so I'm just going to use the end of my brush and just clean it up. And I'm going to do that down here. Oops, I hit the table. I'll just use the end of my brush and like that. Again, I don't want this perfect. I just want to kind of define that baseboard. So I'm going to... And while I'm doing the white, I'm going to go ahead and put the table in white. And this again, I want to leave bits and pieces of what I've already done, but I also can kind of reshape right here. I want to reshape this cat just a little bit. I'm going to touch him there. His little face. He kind of looks more like a mouse right this minute, but let's see. Let's put his face back in. He got a little thick up here. I think some of his back needs to go. And I can bring this table up like that. I'll reshape him as I go, because I really just want kind of a very, just an idea that there's a cat up here on the table. Like that. And at the end, if the cat doesn't turn out, I don't like him at all, I'll just paint him out and put something else there. But I'm hoping that I can get him to, I'm just kind of touching, I'll touch and then kind of scrape here and there, hoping that maybe I can get something looking like a, I think I'm going to put gray in. Gray, just kind of. I'm just kind of touching here and there, and sometimes just by accident, all of a sudden I'll be like, ooh, that looks like a cat. It's not quite there yet, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. It's starting to kind of look like, could be a cat. Like I said, at the end, if I don't like it, if at the end I hate it, I'll just paint it out. I'm also going to take some of this pink and put into my palm trees here. Again, I'm going to put a little, just a touch here and there on my lamp. I like that. I might touch my chair on the sunny side. Just maybe a little bit of, I think I like the back black, but just this sunny here and there. And put put some, ooh, I like the pink chair cushion there. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right there, and when I come back, we'll work on it some more. Thanks for watching.